The history of the Quran dates back to around 610 AD, when words of the Quran were first revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. According to Islamic traditions, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, continued to have revelations until he died around 632 AD. After Prophet Muhammad's death, his teachings were passed down orally until Osman ibn Affan, the third caliph, ordered that official texts of the Quran be made around 651 AD. The oldest entries on this list date back to around this time, and may possibly be fragments of the Osman Qur'ans. Birmingham Quran Manuscript. University of Birmingham, Birmingham, England. The Birmingham Quran manuscript is currently believed to be the oldest Quran in the world. This manuscript consists of 2 leaves of parchment that are a fragment of an early Quranic manuscript dated between 568 to 645 AD. Researchers at the University of Birmingham in England dated the parchment to within a 95.4% accuracy. This means that the manuscript may have been written shortly after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, died, as he is thought to have lived between 570 to 632 AD. The manuscript contains text from surahs 18 to 20, and is written in Arabic Hijazi script. Tübingen Fragment. University of Tübingen, Tübingen, Germany. The Quran fragment from the University of Tübingen in Germany has been dated to a period between 649 to 675 AD. This date means the manuscript was written about 20 to 40 years after death of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Pieces of the manuscript were analyzed in a lab in Zurich using modern C14 radiocarbon and dated within a 95.4% statistical probability. The manuscript has been in the university's possession since the 19th century, when first Prussian consul to Damascus, Johann Gottfried Wettstein, acquired several ancient Arabic manuscripts. The research into the fragment sage was conducted as part of a project funded by the German Research Society and the corresponding French institution, Agence Nationale de la Recherche. Sana Manuscript. Great Mosque of Sana, Yemen. Until recently, the Sana manuscript was believed to be the oldest pieces of the Quran in existence. The manuscript was first discovered in 1972, during renovations of the Great Mosque of Sana in Yemen. Construction workers uncovered the large cache of Quranic and non-Quranic manuscripts and parchments that were poorly preserved and heavily damaged. The manuscript was identified as part of the Quran in 1981, and since then, the Yemeni Department for Antiquities, with help from foreign universities, has worked to restore the fragments. It has been radiocarbon, dated to between 632 AD to 671 AD, with the lower codex dated with 99% accuracy to 671 AD. Codex Parisino-Petropolitanus. 70 folios at Bibliothèque Nationale de France, Paris. 26 folios at the National Library of Russia in St. Petersburg, Russia. 1 folio in the Vatican Library, and 1 folio in Carlyle Collection in London. It is a 98-folio Quran manuscript dating back to the late 7th or early 8th century. The manuscript was found with several Quranic fragments in the Mosque in Fustat, Egypt. During the Napoleonic expedition in the late 18th century, French scholar Jean-Joseph Marcel bought several of the folios, and Jean-Louis Asselin de Cherville bought a few more pages a few years later. Research conducted by Yassin Dutton suggests that the manuscript may have been written in Syria, as it is written in the Qira'at of Ibn Amir of Damascus, Syria. Today, parts of the manuscript are preserved across 4 different institutions: the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, the National Library of Russia, the Vatican Library, and the Carlyle Collection in London. Topkapi Manuscript. Topkapi Palace Museum, Istanbul, Turkey. The Topkapi manuscript was often cited as the oldest Quran for many years. Recent research shows that the Topkapi manuscript is at least a century younger than the oldest existing Quran fragments. The Topkapi manuscript has been dated to about the early to mid-8th century, and is a nearly complete text of the Quran. In that respect, it is most likely the oldest near-complete Quran in existence. Samarkand Kufic Quran, Osman Quran, Hastamam Library, Tashkent, Uzbekistan. For several years, prior to research conducted in the last few decades, the Samarkand Kufic Quran was thought to be the oldest copies of the Quran in existence. The date the manuscript was written varies widely, from between 595 AD to 855 AD. However, most researchers agree that it was most likely written in the 8th or 9th century. This manuscript is revered by the Muslim community, as it is believed to be part of a group of Qurans commissioned by the third Caliph Osman in 651 AD. Osman wanted to produce a standard copy of the Quran 19 years after the death of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. This belief has been challenged by research that shows the manuscript came long after the 7th century. Blue Quran. Most of it is located in the National Institute of Art and Archaeology, Bardo National Museum in Tunis, Tunisia. 67 folios in the Musée de la Civilisation, et des Arts Islamiques, in Rakkada, Tunisia. 1 folio at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, in California, USA. And the other folios are scattered worldwide, at various museums. The Blue Quran is one of the most famous and beautiful ancient Qurans in the world. The manuscript has been dated to between the late 9th century to the early 10th century. It has been dated as late as 1020 AD. It is believed that the Blue Quran was created for the Great Mosque of Kairouan in Tunisia. The pages are written with gold ink, on vellum colored with indigo, giving it a distinct blue color. Ibn al-Bawwab Quran, Chester Beatty Library, Dublin, Ireland. This Quran manuscript is a fully surviving Quran in cursive style, Naqshi script. This manuscript was written by an Arab calligrapher, Ibn al-Bawwab, in Baghdad. This manuscript dates back to 391 Hijri. First printed Quran. Between 1537 and 1538, Paganini and his son published what was probably the first printed edition of the Quran in Arabic. This work was likely intended for export to the Ottoman Empire, with which Venice had extensive trade ties. In the end, the venture was unsuccessful. The entire print run is reported by various contemporaries to have been lost, though the explanations for the disappearance vary widely. However, one copy of this printed Quran was found in 1987 in a monastery in Isola di San Michele, Venice.